I think it's safe to say the overwhelming majority of Mass Effect playthroughs likely follow the path of the Paragon, even if most can't resist the urge to disconnect on the Council.
I don't need this.
Communications cut, Commander.
I mean, is it even Renegade when they come out with stupid statements like this?
It's up to you if you're smart enough to listen.
Nonetheless, when you're walking on eggshells, glued to that top option at all times, just hoping that it's the right decision, many don't often realize their choices can lead to some less than desirable outcomes. So for the next time you're thinking of firing up Mass Effect, here are 8 Paragon options you absolutely must consider on your next playthrough. Save the Colonists on Feros. When Commander Shepard and company learn of the existence of the mind-controlling floral creature known as the Thorian, it becomes instantly clear that collateral damage may be likely if you are to stop it. When speaking with the exogeny scientists on Feros, they inform you that mind control is the Thorian's primary form of defense, and that dealing with the subservient colonists will be necessary. And if you listen to this douchebag, or have managed to avoid needing to take him out, the primary method for dealing with these thralls appears to be regrettably putting them down. But you are made aware by this wonderful human being that it is entirely possible to deal with them without causing them any harm using special knockout gas grenades. Meaning, the only reason you should ever find yourself slaughtering the colonists on Feros is if you're playing to see just how insanely psychopathic you can play your Shepard. But Michael, you say, I just so happen to run out of grenades. Whatever will I do? Well, you are in luck. The same thing can be achieved by using your melee attack. No problem. Well, unless you're playing on insanity, I guess. Let Balak go and save the hostages. Bring Down the Sky isn't groundbreaking as far as DLC go, but it does have a very strong story that pits the player character against the risk of saving lives now or sacrificing those lives to save more in the future. It is a difficult choice, especially since the hostages have already made their own sacrifices and shown remarkable bravery in standing up to the Batarian terrorists. When one of them pleads with Shepard not to let the Batarian leader Balak escape, even if it means sacrificing their lives, choosing to save them can feel like Shepard is denying them their agency and the power to decide their own fate. But screw that, Commander Shepard is the hero and eventually gets to decide the fate of the entire galaxy anyway, so what difference does it really make? It turns out Balak doesn't cause any future harm anyway, and even shows up as a possible war asset in Mass Effect 3. Always save the Council. I know, the Council are public enemy number 1 when it comes to their persistent ignorance, and an argument can be made that saving them from the Geth can lead to a loss of Alliance ships and personnel, which could be considered more important when it comes to stopping the Reapers. However, this decision seldom takes into consideration the other 1,000 people aboard the Destiny Ascension, and the Destiny Ascension itself. I have a video outlining how the Ascension can be considered a cumbersome waste of resources, but that is in conventional war between the species of the Milky Way. In a war with the Reapers, ships like the Destiny Ascension instantly become formidable. And as for the Council, well, their replacements are no more helpful, and it only serves to make the rest of the galaxy distrust you in the long run. Always suggest Anderson as the human counselor. Moving on. Send the impressionable youth packing. On Omega, Shepard and crew are attempting to recruit a mysterious assassin named Archangel. After signing up for the mission, they are faced with a young man eager to join up and prove his worth. Now, I would suggest it's not really our business, but then again, when does Shepard ever stay out of other people's business? Might as well use that indiscriminate nosiness to help. Mass Effect 2 introduces the concept of interrupts, and after being faced with the option to confront this young man, if the dialogue intended to question his desire to sign up is taken, a Paragon interrupt will pop up, causing you to...
Trust me, kid. You'll thank me later.
Jesus, Shepard, you could have just told him to get lost. What if that was his dad's gun, or he spent his entire allowance on it? I don't think he's getting his money back now. Oh well, I guess it's better than this. Under no circumstances must you ever allow Cerberus to have David Archer. In the DLC Project Overlord, Shepard and company are sent to clean up the mess caused by a Cerberus cell after their insane VI experiment involving the Geth goes south. After a long, brutal sequence of objectives and an impromptu acid trip, it is revealed that the VI is in fact the experiment lead's autistic brother after being horrendously modified like something from a David Cronenberg movie. This one is a double whammy of sorts, because the decision to rescue David is in and of itself the main Paragon option, but if you do this, you are also treated with possibly one of the most satisfying and also unambiguously Paragon interrupts in the series. Never, ever side with Morinth. When it comes to choosing a friend and ally, it's always better to put faith in the person that is against the idea of taking your life by sleeping with you.
Death! By snoo-snoo!
Yeah!
But even on a logistical level, it simply doesn't make sense to choose Morinth over Samara. One has the years of training provided by their order of mystical space warriors and the assets that come with said order. The other is a drug-addicted pervert. It's a simple choice, really. Also, this is the extent of Morinth's involvement in Mass Effect 3. Compared to Samara, it's just an easy choice in the end. Always destroy the collector base. This is one of those choices that even if you are doing a full Renegade playthrough, just makes no sense to do otherwise. Handing over the collector base to the Elusive Man is framed as a bad idea, even if up until this point you have proven to be pro-Cerberus. The most red-eyed, sinister-looking Shepards must see how absurd it is to allow this place to continue existing after seeing what it is capable of. Furthermore, letting it fall into the hands of the Elusive Man is just not it. Anyways, unlike the Renegade options video, I decided to incorporate the first two games. In the original Mass Effect, oddly enough, Paragon options just don't seem to be as dynamic as the Renegade ones. With that being said, Mass Effect 3 on the other hand has far too many, so expect a part 2 for that. In the meantime, let me know what you think. Do you agree with my choices? Are there some others that I missed that you just think are absolutely sacrosanct? Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification icon to be informed of the next video. Keyless Ally, my friends, and until next time.
I should go.